All right, this is the final back test for this London session on using ICT concepts. Previously, the last two sessions I was struggling a lot, mainly because of me not being able to look at the daily bias, as I like to use the daily bias to determine my directional bias. As I was saying in the previous video, the trading view video, I usually backtest market structure, and when I backtest ICT concepts, it's not usually on TradingView. It's on another platform called think Gym Trader or something like that, where you can actually have somewhat similar to Forex Tester, um, this one right here, but I had no idea that the daily bias was so troublesome on TradingView. So now that I fixed it, let's try it. Whoa, 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 whoa. She don't do this to me. So why? So basically, right here, I'm gonna jump into it. Actually, hold on. I need to share this link in my in a Discord. All right. So right here on the daily, um, we made this huge run to the downside. So I expect the market to move up, to this imbalance up here, right here. And if I go on 1 hour, is there anything specifically this zone? I think I remember trading this particular area on S&P. I don't know exactly where it's going to tap in, but whatever the case may be, this is a good area to test. There's also this area right there, this imbalance right here, but I think this candle already covered it. So this is what I'm going to be, this is the area I'm going to be looking for as far as like my daily levels. Um, Now, if we go down, there is nothing more here after tapping this area. With that long week on a daily, I don't think the market is gonna try to just go down the next day straight away. But what I do expect, as per ICT, is a run to the stop losses or sell stops, push up, and after that, yeah, we're going to do another analysis to see what the market is trying to do or whatnot. So let's do it. So the 5 minute chart is here. I'm going to do it through the 5 minute chart solely, and yeah, let's go from there. So new day is starting. Um, if I had to identify some levels, we already have a level here. We also have a level down here. I mean, now that this level has been tested, I don't think I need to mark this level anymore, so I'm just going to delete it, but I'm going to keep this level. Let me just go on the 1 hour real quick. Yes, I'm going to keep this level. Actually, let me just delete this. So I'm keeping this level right there as a potential area of test. There's also this imbalance down here on the 1 hour, so I will mark this level as well, where I wouldn't be surprised that the market goes back to. But the reality is, if I measure the 50% of this entire range, it's going to land somewhere around this area, and the 70% is going to be around this area. So it's something we're going to see. Um, so let's do it. Now, before I continue, I had to rewatch again some ICT videos to remind me exactly how does the London session operates. So, the Judah swing. So basically the strategy is simple. We're going to trade the Judah swing. That's literally what London is. So we're going to trade the Judah swing, and I'm also going to trade the the start and the end of the Judas swing, because that usually happens within during the London session as per ICT. But on a normal day on a live market, I would have just waited for the market to reach this level and take a trade up here, wait for an ICT signature in this level to drop. But because I'm looking for for London trades only, for the most part, not only, but for the most part, I'm going to have to include that Judas swing in there to see whether or not I can trade it, right? So let's do it. 10th, we're jumping on the 11th. Let's go. Asia session. We just wait for 5 in the morning at this point. Keep saying we. Should say I. I'm just waiting for 5 in the morning at this point. Actually, let me just do something real quick. That's much better. Okay, so we are 5 in the morning. So as I was saying earlier, ICT says that for the Judas swing, you need to, if you expect, if you have a, if your daily bias is bullish, you should expect a manipulation to the downside before a run to the upside. So depending on what the market, how the price gets delivered after this 5 in the morning, that's how I'm going to gauge how I'm going to take the trade. If I'm being honest, I don't have like a particular strategy than just trading the Judas swing. So what I'm waiting for here now is the market to trade down or some manipulation down. If the market gives me some sort of like ICT signature to the upside to come down, I will take that trade to the downside. And if the market moves down without giving me any signature straight away, I will wait for the market to reach its point before taking the trade down here to go up. So it really depends on how the market decides to deliver price at this point. Okay, it's going down straight away. All right. So if you go and watch ICT videos on the Judas swing, he says that this to him is not a Judas swing, so I'm not going to consider that. Or this is not the manipulation towards the sell side that he's talking about. So same thing, I'm not going to consider neither. So he waits for he expects like a deeper manipulation before the up move on a bullish bias. So that's what we're going to wait for. I see a displacement here. I kind of like it. Can I try to take it? Let's try to take it. So I'm going to take my trade around this area. So that's going to be my first trade of the day. What time is it here? 8. So I think if this fails, then we're going to wait for it a little bit above. And I'm targeting, where is my thingy? So I'm going to wait to be tapped in first. Actually, I'm going to target the imbalance. So I'm too far up. I'm just going to target this imbalance here. So I'll wait to be tapped in. Okay, I get tapped in. That was pretty quick. And I'm going to target the downside, which is 2 standard deviation right there. But I know this level, if we're going to make a run to the downside, I know this level is going to be tested. So I'm going to put my take profit somewhere around this candle right here. So somewhere there, I'm going to take my profit. Actually, I'm going to take it at the open of the candle. So let's see if we get it right. All right, I guess stop that on it, which is completely fine. We just wait for the opportunity to go down again. But now that I pay attention to it, I see that we had an ICT here, so I could have waited for the trade down here to continue the manipulation to the upside before going down, but I did not do it. So now I can only wait for the reversal that's going to happen above, since I'm bullish. So I expect a reversal somewhere up here. We have a level here that I can see. Actually, let me go on a 15-minute. Yes, there's a nice level here nice imbalance here on a 15 minute. Don't know if the market is going to respect it, but let's just see. If the market respects it, it's going to be a nice level to take the trade to the downside during London session. So let's go back to the 5 minute. Aside from that, I don't think the market could try to reach this week up here. I'm not saying no, but this is the level I'm watching for. So let's just see. All right. So we are in here. So this is the part where I kind of expect some sort of ICT signature up here to take it to the downside. Let me just take this off because this was a, oh no, I need to leave it there for notes taking, I guess, or journaling. Back into the range. Okay, this is our displacement. So nice displacement. What time is it? It's 10. So I think the Judas swing is completed at this point. So I'm just going to wait for my trade at this entry right here. If I'm right, 30 point stop loss. I can afford it. And now let's see at which point I get tapped in. Just going to put it here because this is the order block really, and there is no imbalance here aside from this point here, so I can just do it like that. 30 point, yeah. I'm going to wait it here, and let's do it. Well, I get tapped in pretty quick. That's pretty mad that. So my take profit is going to be, well, if you look at it from, you know, sell side liquidity and stuff like that, you have sell side liquidity here, so we already know that the market is likely going to grab this liquidity. I don't know about this liquidity because, yes, fair enough, we can assume that the market is going to come down, but one thing that I know for sure is that sometimes not all liquidities get taken out. So, but if I just take my 2 standard deviation, take profit, it says that I should take my profit around here. Now, greedy as I am, this is small as fuck, especially for the stop loss that I put. So I'm just going to target the sell side liquidity. I'm just thinking the way I would have thought on a live market, you know. So I wouldn't have used the 2 standard deviation here for profits. So for the time being, I'm targeting this sell side liquidity here. Sell side liquidity. I got triggered at 10:30. So if I'm at work at this point, this works completely fine for me. 10:30. At this point, I just got to the office. I can take a quick glimpse at the market, especially if I put an alert right here. I can take a quick glimpse in the market and just grab my trade or something like that. So yes, this is realistic for me. Oh shit. Is this going to fail? Looks like it's going to fail. Oh yeah. Now this is where this is why I love the 2 standard deviation so much, because even if this ends up failing and turn around, you know, the 2 standard deviation has been hit, like, you know, the fib told me. But greediness is a bitch, isn't it? Alright, this is not too bad. So we definitely attacking. Oh shit, what the hell's going on? Yeah, definitely attacking sell side liquidity here. So, and that's a nice trade. So lost 1-1-1, and I need to enter this in Excel. Where's my Excel sheet? It's here. So we're talking about the 11th. 01/2022. It's the 11th trade on NASDAQ. Actually, no. Yes, that's the 11th trade, yeah. On NASDAQ. Bearish. And I'm short. And it was a sell limit. So So the first one was a miss. So the first entry was at 15,635.9. 15,635.9. The stop loss was 15,667.4. 15,667.4. And the lot size here would have been, so how many points we're talking about? 31.1. Stop loss would have been 8.04. 8.04. Something is not right. 667.4. 667.4. All right. And the entry is 636.3. 636.3. There you go. That's more like it. And the TP was 15,488.6. 15,488.6. And I got stopped out at the stop loss, which was 15,667.4. Yes, 0.4. So I got stopped out, and the trade was triggered at 8:18. During London session, and the second trade was 15,721 entry. 15,721.0. Stop loss was 15,751. 15,751, which means the stop the lot size would have been 8.33. So the lot size, where is it again? 8.33. Sounds about right. And the TP was down here at 15,594. 15,594. And the close price was 15,599.4. Okay, it says it's negative. I forgot to put something. It was a sell limit. Even that wasn't good. It was a short. Okay, so went back to green. And I can add the days. 11/01/2022. This was the 12th trade on NAS, and I was bearish. Okay, so now I can just, oh sorry, what time I was triggered here? I was triggered at 10:33. What I like about this is both are realistic time around my work schedule, so I like seeing this. And just going to paste this link just for me to remember what I was looking at. Okay, so that's that. Now everything that happens, really, I was expecting to be bullish, so something is going to happen down here or maybe here. Let's just observe it. Actually, I don't even need to be here. I can. I got what I wanted from the day. From the. Actually, I meant I got what I wanted from London. So at this point, I just need to recalibrate my end of the session, which is 9:45, and this was actually a nice trade, I think. Yeah, that's the bullish day. Nice Judah swing here. Absolutely beautiful. So now, oh shit, the market completely eviscerated this area. Fuck, man. All right, so it's going into this area, either here or here. What is this area again? Why do I have it here? Oh, this huge daily imbalance, isn't it? This huge daily imbalance. Okay, so the market is going to tap here, so we expect some ICT to happen right here, which I'm going to take a trade, because in reality, if it happens towards the end of the day, because right now I'm looking at New York, it's 4:50. I finish work at 6 p.m. UK time, so I could only really be looking at the market at this time. So let's see if that would be a realistic trade. Came back to test this to push forward. Classic. Okay, probably would have been looking at this market at this point, so let's see. Yeah, wouldn't have had a trade here. End of the session. Yep. So that's it. In reality, these two would have been my only trades of the day, which is good. I like this. I like this. It's realistic data. I mean, minus the emotions, but realistic. Um, okay. So the day just ended 9:45. Let me just set up my 5 in the morning. All right. So now I can check the daily to see what the daily is trying to do. So the daily just gave us a nice bullish candle. Nice. We're still reaching for this area. Let me just refine my imbalance area here from this point to this point, because I'm looking at this imbalance that was never mitigated or never tested. So yeah, well, in this entire area we could have something interesting happening in there. Even though the market can literally stop around this untested order block, if I can say it like that, stops here, but I bet for this greener candle, I call this a heat map. It helps me really identify or pinpoint my entries or whatnot. I would do this, like draw rectangles from the daily all the way down to the 5 minute until I have like a tiny rectangle that's like crazy hit map. Anyway, uh, so yeah, for the next day, we are bullish, at least see. This is the part where like daily bias is funny, because technically we are bullish to the imbalance, but because we are not so sure what's going to happen around the imbalance, as per ICT, we expect a signature that will send us to the downside. So when you have that, do you then say you bearish or you bullish? You know, it's like, now I can't really say that I'm bearish, or maybe I'm bearish. I don't fucking know. All I know is the market gets into this area. If we are bearish, this is the point where like I gauge. If we are bearish, then I'm going to have a manipulation to the upside and then a drop. But if we are bullish, I'm likely to have a manipulation to the downside to go up. And I have this area still that's there while I expect a test. So let's just go for it. The episode, it's not an episode, it's from one of his old videos. I literally had to go down, his playlist. It's called, if you type on ICT, if you type in the YouTube search, understanding. I put it in the Discord the other day. Wait, hold on. Let me just look at it. I pasted the link in the Discord. I forgot what the title was. Something Judah swing. Understanding the Judah swing or something like that. I don't know. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, so if you type on YouTube ICT Forex space dash space understanding the ICT judo swing, you're going it's absolutely a beautiful video. Something that I watched before but I had completely forgot. Not that I forgot about it. I knew about the judo swing, but I did not know I forgot about the rules of it, which is what I was trying to backtest since yesterday, but I was doing it wrong. So I had to rewatch it yesterday to get a grip of it. So yeah, the title is ICT Forex Understanding the ICT Judo Swing. Beautiful, beautiful video. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, right now I don't really have a bias because, like I said, the market is in a weird stage where it's trying to reach for this imbalance, either this box right here or this darker hit map. Um, if after 5 in the morning we're trading downwards, that's going to be my confirmation that we're going to push up into this imbalance. But if after 5 in the morning we're trading upwards, then I'm just going to wait for the market to get here and drop, unless I have something like this that happened yesterday, the previous day, where I have this inner ICT within the Asian range that can give me a trade to the upside, because in reality I would have been, because I wake up at 6 in the morning, so while I'm brushing my teeth and stuff like that, I'm going to be looking at the market. Like 8 times out of 10 I'm going to be looking at the market. So if I see something like that, I might take the trade in reality. Anyway, so let's push it. Oh shit, sorry, give me a second, I need to light up my, yeah, hold on, I need to check something. We could easily take out these highs. Actually, can't believe I did not even consider this, because after after the US session, ICT pattern down here, the idea is to take at least two liquidity. So one, two. I wonder if we're gonna take out these two. If we don't take out these two, is there any reasons for the market to stop up here? We have a kind of a reason here, but it's not really that precise. We have relative equal highs. We don't really have a reason for the market to stop anywhere here. So I think we're going to take out this buy side liquidity. And this happened too early in the day for me to catch this trade, so that's cool. So yeah, I wouldn't be participating in this trade anyway. Why is this saying 6 in the morning? It's supposed to be 5 in the morning, right? 5 in the morning. Okay. So again, if we trade to the upside, then you know I'll wait for the market to reach into the imbalance and take the trade to the downside. But if we trade to the downside, I'll take a trade to the imbalance, to the daily imbalance. So all right, trade is straight away to the upside. Nice. There is no trade here for me. Double top. It's literally tapped into that area. Is it going to reverse from here? Come on, man. Jeez. Okay, so from this point, what I can do is literally just trade the reverse. So we had an ICT here that failed. So what I can do is take my trade right around this area, stop loss here, unless this is a fake out. Hold on. Same thing happened yesterday, and I rushed into it and I got stopped out. There's another way to look at it. We grab liquidity down here and we push to the upside. Now we come back down here. So let me just check something. Alright, you know what? I'm going to take a buy. I'm going to take a buy into the imbalance, and let's see what's going to happen from there. Probably going to be stopped out, but let me just test it. Let's take out this buy side. Also, it depends. What is 730 doing? This is 730. We opened, we manipulate in the downside, and then we're going up. So this is a sell stop manipulation of 7 in the morning, 7:30 opening. So I think it's going up. I don't know how far though, but I think it's going up. Let's see. Jesus Christ. Okay, fair enough. That's one trade lost. So it went straight to this thing here. So you mean to tell me this is the test of the imbalance? That's it? A daily imbalance, bro? Jesus Christ. Alright, fair enough. I don't know. I feel kind of iffy about this. Kind of feel like it's still a manipulation. What time is it here? So 8 in the morning opened. We came down. Alright, I'm trying a second time to take a trade here. 27. And I'm targeting the highs again. Let's see what we get from that. Could be wrong, could be completely wrong, but it's fine. In reality, that's what I would have done. So let's see. Oh, and I don't get tapped in. Amazing. Just amazing. Oh, I love the market, man. Just amazing. Let me see if the 3-minute would have given me an entry. So the entry, the market came into the imbalance. And yeah, the market technically gave you an entry. So this technically was an entry. So yeah. Yeah. Anyway, missed that because I was targeting a little bit too far down into the imbalance. But it is what it is. That's one trade lost for the day. And yeah. Yeah. Kind of hurt though because I saw it. It's not like I didn't see it. Oh, bruh. It is what it is. So we're talking about this one did not hit, so it's fine. We talk about what time was it anyway? 9:30. See, it would have been a perfect trade for what I'm working. Perfect trade. Completely. Ugh. I hate. Ugh. You can't complain. ICT literally said to put your entry right below, right at the start of the imbalance. So in fairness, this was the entry, but I keep targeting the mid-range of the imbalance. I need to get used to target, the beginning of the fair value gap. Look at this entire move that I'm missing, and I knew the market was going to get into this darker or lighter area. I'm pissed. It's pissing me off, but at least that shows the reality of the market, of the live markets as well. So 15,841 entry. 15,841.3. Stop loss is 15,821.0. 15,821.0. The take profit was 15,925. 15,925. And the TP in dollars, I don't have the stop loss, so 20.3. That's 12. And I got stopped out at the 15,821. Yeah, this is not right. 15,821, 15,841. 15,821, 15,841.3. Would have been 243 only. Okay, fair enough. And I was so this was the 12th, wasn't it? Yes, the 12th January 2022. 13th trade. On NAS, I was bullish. I took a long. It was a buy limit. Wait, was it a long or so? Oh yeah, it was long. It was a buy limit, and it was an L. I got triggered around. Didn't get triggered. I got eviscerated around 8:24. 8:24. It was during London. Actually, there's a lesson that I'm getting here. After the manipulation of 7:30, I could have just waited for an ICT down here, but I was looking at this as a potential ICT. That's why I got stopped out. So maybe next time I should just wait for an ICT to form down here and take it down. Okay, that's a good note. That's a good yeah. Yeah. That's a good note. Right now the winning rate is not it's not the most amazing, but the risk the risk management is kind of saving my ass right now. But the winning rate is absolutely outrageous. It's trash. It's a trash winning rate. It's an absolutely trash winning rate. I mean, I'm fully aware that the winning rate doesn't make the strategy, really, because look at the P&L, the cumulative P&L. It looks pretty decent. I mean, it's not the worst, you know. Looks pretty decent. And this is after 13 days of trades. 13 days of trades from a $50 account, a $50,000 account. It's not too bad. I know a lot of people in the UK that can live with this amount per month. I mean, a lot of people in the UK that would change their life with this monthly profit. This profit, 2,000, not a lot. I need to fix this. I don't know why it's showing like this, but I need to fix this. This was supposed to be shown every 10 days. Oh, that's because I'm showing the year. So if I show the month, like the month of January, it's not changing. There's a disconnect between this and this. I need to fix it. I don't know why it's doing that. One thing that I can do is no, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. Do I need the labels? Text option. No fill. Yeah, maybe I can leave it like that. Yeah, that's a little bit cleaner. Maybe I don't need the text at all. No fill. Yeah, that's slightly better. Slightly better. But normally it should relate to this. It should show data for every 10 days. Performance after 10 days. Something went wrong in my maths. But anyway, I'll fix it later. Oh yeah, this is the video I was talking about actually. Understanding the ICT Judas swing. Yeah. Anyhow. So US is coming, waiting for it to touch this area. Whatever happens in between here, I may take a sell to the downside, because at this point the daily is already, reaching this point. I can't really switch to the daily because it's going to show me what the end of the day is like. But like I said, I'm expecting a sell. Actually, could be expecting a sell way up here in this area. It would be interesting to see. Or even this low right here. This low actually looks very attractive. Let's see what happens. So where is 130? This is 130. We're manipulating the highs, so that means we're going to drop at some point. Even if it's not on this day, it's going to be the next day. So 130 is here. We're manipulating the highs of 130, taking out London highs, taking out 130 highs. So we have this low, and this low to deal with. The next trade is going to be amazing. Well, is this the trade? Okay, seems like this is the trade. Seems like this is the trade. Waiting for a trade here. Stop loss up here. I wish I had like access to the 2 minute. It would have made things much easier. But I don't have access to that, so I'll just take a trade here. 64. Honestly, I can't afford this. 64 is too large for me. I don't want to go past 50. But for the sake of the video, let's just try. I'm not going to record this anyway, but in real life, I think I would have done this. And I'm targeting, so we already tested this. I don't know if the market is going to reach this low, but let's just see. Okay, I got stopped out, so that's fine. So that means, as I thought, the market may reach higher prices first. I think this is it. In reality, I would have entered here again. Stop loss here. And I'm targeting the sell side once again. If I get stopped out, I will do the same thing again. Yeah. At this point, you have a trade in this area. What time is it? It's 4:30. Let me just mark this level. So the market is going to come back here, probably. So let me mark this level. And let's see what the market does. It's taking ages. Yeah, in reality, if I took this trade in reality, what time is it? 5, 6 p.m. I don't know. Maybe out of greed, I would have taken this trade. But if you want to do this right, you would have waited for the trade in this imbalance. So I guess this would have been the entry. I don't know. Well, as per ICT, you have to take the entry at the beginning of the imbalance. So technically, you would have been in a trade here, but it's consolidating too much, acting like it's going to fail. But we have all these relative equal lows here, so I get the feeling that it's going to drop, probably trying to test this imbalance here and drop. But it has reason to go higher, all the way up to this point. So it wouldn't be a surprise if it reaches this point before dropping anyway. Anyway, so no trade for the day. Let's keep it moving. But you have a nice ICT here that looks like a higher time frame ICT as well. So I get the feeling that the market is going to drop pretty heavy. So I'm targeting 9:45. Let me go back on the 5 minute real quick. So for the next day, wait, let me just reach 9:45 first. Okay. Now let's check the daily for our daily bias. So this is where the market is. and we practically retracted from testing this area all the way back to this candle. Now the question is, are we bullish or bearish? Now obviously, as per ICT, I don't know, we're supposed to expect the market to turn around. But what I want to know is like, what are we likely to do the next days? Now, because I've already traded the market, we're talking about Nasdaq. Same thing with S&P, and knowing the current situation of the market right now, it's likely that we are going to go bearish. But if I had to make sense, like give it a story, what I would say is that we had our first impulse, and the market moves from impulse to impulse, so impulse based impulse. And so far, since the beginning of this swing, we haven't had an impulse. I don't count this swing because this swing has already been completed. But from this swing all the way down here, the only thing we haven't had is a base. And I get the feeling that this is the base that the market is trying to do, trying to create here to push further down. So my guess would be we are likely to be bearish all the way at least to this point, or to this point right here, these two boxes that I put earlier, at least to those points before, I don't know, changing its mind and maybe revert back to the upside or continuing to the downside. So I guess my bias right now is bearish. My bias is bearish. So if my bias is bearish, on 1 hour, I identified this area right here where the market could potentially come back to before dropping for the next day. So if you're bearish, I expect a manipulation to the upside and then a drop. And if you're bullish, I expect a manipulation to the downside for an up move in case I'm wrong. So that's how we're going to attack this day. So this is the 12 that's ended. Now we're attacking the 13th. At some point I need to delete all these boxes because it's becoming a little bit too much. I said all of that. The market can also completely ignore this and go higher because we still have this entire zone to play with, really. And I was looking at this untested low in this week that the market did not even care about. So maybe it's going to look into it. I don't know. Anyway, let's get it. All right, new day started. Let me just extend this box. I'm looking for my 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. All right, so let's see what the market gives us. Oh, word. Well, it's gone. Trading to the downside. I mean, it's not that surprising, I guess. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Okay, here's 5 in the morning. I am bearish. We have these equal highs here. I expect a manipulation to the upside, then a drop. So the question now is, how far do I expect the manipulation? We have something here. We have nothing up here, just liquidity. So either at this point or at this point. That's the only way. These are the only two areas where I see a potential drop from. Now obviously we can break these two and go higher, but let's just see. Okay. Slight manipulation to the downside first. We're going down? Oh wait. I need a displacement. If the market gives me a displacement, I'm going to take a trade somewhere. I'm going to wait for a trade somewhere down here to the upside. Not enough for me now. Yeah, I could take that. Alright, let me wait for a trade somewhere here, literally at this high. Let's see if the market is agreeing with me for this London. So it's what, 6 in the morning. I would be up at this time, so this is realistic. So let's see. Ah! Let's go. Damn. I was scared for a second. Alright, alright, alright. I get the mechanics. Okay, okay, okay. I see, I see, I see. That was decent. That was decent. So what's the standard deviation for this one? Oh my god. The standard deviation. Yo. Pinpoint this area. That's crazy. That is crazy. Let me just save my partials for the time being because let's just save my partials at this point because I don't trust this candle right here. What did I say? Let's go. Come on, mate. Push. Nah, I think that's it. I think that was it. It's already 12. Come on, mate. So at this point, do I want to close the trade or do I want to keep it going? Right. Because I trust the two standard deviations so much. Sometimes I don't close the trade and the market reverses back on me. But at this point, I already closed the partials. So I have what? I always close 80% on my partials. So I have like 20% running. I guess I can let it go. I mean, break even. Actually, I don't even need to break even. I need to push it here. Let's go. There you go. Nice trade. Nice trade. All right. So let me just uh, put this back. So what was the yeah, the entries and stuff. That's what I was trying to think about. So okay. So on the 13th, or 1 2 22, we had our 14th trade. Nas 100. We are bullish. Took a long. It was a buy limit. And the entry was 15,858.7. 15,858.7. Stop loss was. See, I don't understand what are these two lines. Okay, small is the top one. 15,845.2. 15,845.2. So a 13-point stop loss on a calculator is 13.2. 18.94 lot size. That's 18.94. And I was targeting. Oh, something is wrong. What's this? 18,845.2. It's 13.5. What did I put here? 13.2. Okay. 18.52. What size? 18.52. Okay, that's about right. That's more like it. TP was 15, the top one, 15951.7. 15951.7. And 15951.7 here as well. Yeah. 15951.7. It's a nice profit. And I got triggered at 7 in the morning. During London. And this was the analysis. Just going to take this here. Alright, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. This exercise is making me understand even deeper how important risk management is. I usually don't just take like one trade a day. Because I'm so conservative, I have a limit of 5 trades per day. But here, because I up the stakes with risking 250 per trade, I don't like to lose my money. So 250 per trade, I'm like, I'm just going to take, one trade a day, even though I'm allowed for 5 trades, I believe. Right. Yes, I'm allowed for 5 trades per day still. But I like the returns, despite the winning ratio being so fucked up. But I do like the returns. Let me just check the thingy real quick. I do like the returns. That 2 standard deviation thing is probably one of the best things I've learned from ICT. Well, it's not really ICT really. It's auction market theory. But yeah, this looks good so far. Alright, so from this point, at any point here, I'm just waiting for the market to do an ICT. I wouldn't be in the market for the US session anyway, but we have 130 here and we are manipulating the highs. So I'm just waiting for, I don't know, some sort of excess to happen and then a drop, maybe to 2.5 standard deviation or maybe 3 standard deviation. Wait for some sort of excess to happen and then a drop. So let's see what we get. Just to eat the 130 low. So I think this is what I'm looking for. Is it not? Fortunately, it wouldn't be in the market at this point, but close to the 3 standard deviation. We are in excess. If I check the view, mad excess already. So at this point, you just wait for a displacement to the downside. Fake out. Displacement. Test. Just for fun. I know this is not going into my data, but in real life, I would have gauged the market here. I can be messy sometimes. I would have gauged the market here just to see, just take this trade at a small lot size just to see. Let's check this out. Of course not. Of course not. So don't ever make that mistake. Anyway, waiting for ICT pattern. Wow. Look at all this manipulation, man. It's crazy. Let me go back to the 5-minute anyway. All these candles are stressing me out. So fortunate that I can't have access to the 2-minute chart. It would have made things much easier. I think there is a trade somewhere up here. Or maybe in this imbalance. But I would put a trade up here just to see. It's probably going to miss me out. 46, I can afford that. And if I target the lows of my 2 standard deviation, because, well, depending on where this turns around from. Okay, so now my opinion changed. We just took out 2 market structures, so I'm going to wait for my trade at this imbalance. 78. I wouldn't risk this much in reality, but let's see where the market turns around from. Oh, it just left. I don't even get tapped in. Okay, fair enough. Market just left Earth. But I think if we had access to the 1 minute chart or the 2 minute chart somewhere here, could have been, you know, a great opportunity to take this trade. All right. Anyway, London session is booked. That's all that matters. And let me just remove all these drawings because I'm getting confused now with what I'm looking at on a chart. I don't think I need. Actually, I still need this one because we still have this level that I'm worried about. So I'm just going to put it here. I don't need this level anymore. So where's the market going now? At this point, because the daily was bearish, I was saying that I'm waiting for a reaction at this level or at this level. So that's what I'm going to do. Really, I don't look for trades at the moment. It's 5:30, so at 6 at this moment, yep, I'm probably going to be looking for a trade or maybe driving at this point. So I have an ICT here, but I mean, yeah, you do have an area here. I did not even mark this. You do have an area here, but one thing that's also worth noticing is this level right here. Anyway, whatever the case may be, it's going to be interesting what the market is trying to do at this point. Let me just put my 945. 945 right here. Yeah, pretty obvious it was a fake out. Now you just wait for a trade somewhere up here to go down further. If it comes back to that. Nope, never came back. Tapped into this area. There is nothing here. There is something here. And we have a whole lot of shit here. So let's just see. There's something here as well. Let's just see. $3 Oh no. What have I done? Huh? Wow. So I'm here now. Now we can check the daily. It's 9:45. And this is the candle that we have. Madness. Imagine you had taken this trade on a 2 minute chart to write all of this down. I would have, given how crazy I am. But now I think it's pretty obvious that we are bearish because this candle is very strong. So for the next day, really what you expect is a run on buy stops. Yeah, a Judas swing to the upside, run on buy stops, and then a drop, technically. So now the question is, where? We have this imbalance up here on a 4 hour and on a 1 hour. I mean, aside from this part right here, this order block, I don't see anything else really. I mean, the market consolidated. I need to take this off. Did I save? Okay, I did. So the market filled this gap. And I think we could have a retest of this area. And just put this here. I think we could potentially revisit this area right there. If the market goes back up, I think we could potentially revisit that area. We have a nice impulse down. We don't really have a base for the time being. If we are going to take out this low, I think the market needs to make like a base first before the second extension that's going to take out these lows. So let's see what the market does really. Can't predict the market, but my bias right now is bearish, so let's see what the market gives us. Bollocks, just give me 1 second. Alright, let's play this day. Let's see how it unfolds. So, new day started. We expect a manipulation to the upside. I see this imbalance here that was not tested, so we'll mark this out. And I expect if I can get an ICT signature down here, let's say the market opens, if this open, we trade down here. I'm going to wait for an ICT signature somewhere around either in this area or this area to take me to the upside before a drop. But the market may not even do it, because sometimes, if I remember well, there was a period where S&P 100, when we started to go down, the market was just going down. It was not even retracing. So I doubt we're going to have that retracement here. Maybe we will. I don't know. But let's just observe it. Oh, I need to identify my five in the morning. My 5 in the morning, and we're here. Wait, what? Yes, 5 in the morning. Yeah. So we're here. We can just play this all the way. Okay, we stretch down. Still, just like the previous day. We are living these equal highs behind here, so it feels like we're going to have the same type of scenario as the previous day. This was the previous day right here. You know, we stretched down during Asia IB range, and then we take out the buy sides. Now there's something I want to see. Okay, let me just go on a 15-minute real quick, because I identified this area, or literally it's this area. I've already identified this area, so we're good with it. And I said earlier that we don't have a base. So this entire impulse happened, which is swing to swing, because this swing doesn't matter, it was completed. So we go from this swing to whenever the market is going to decide to give us a swing to the downside. And within that entire swing, we have area number 1. I can mark it actually. I'm going to mark this area out. Let me just create a heat map real quick of what I'm looking at or what I'm expecting. So heat map number 1. Here is going to be area number 2, where we could expect a test to the downside. And we have, let me just remove this right here. Actually, I don't need it, fuck it. We have heat map number 2 in this area. If I had the lower time frame, I would have been able to refine it even further, but it is what it is. So we have area number 3 here. this entire area with our main hit map right here. And when I look at things, so we took liquidity here, we took liquidity here, we grabbed liquidity here, but I also see this. I don't know if I should take this in consideration, but just because I like to take all these levels in consideration, I'm just going to take this level in consideration early as well, and can't see an imbalance. Okay, there's an imbalance in here, so I'm just going to consider this imbalance as well. So I have all these different levels where the market could potentially react from. That is going to be hell. So if we fail this level, I delete. If we fail, I don't think this level looks. It looks very minor. I mean, in this swing from this point to this point, this is like the 50%. I mean, from this point to this point, that's what I'm trying to say. From this point to this point, as the market opened, this is the 50%. So I guess we could have a test here, but I would expect the market to go a little bit higher up. That's what's up. So anyway, let's just play it. But it's good that I identified these levels. I think that's what I'm going to keep doing in the future. It makes things easy. I already do this live, but I didn't think it was necessary for the back test, but it seems like it's going to help me. Okay, so this is 5 in the morning. I expect a manipulation to the upside before a drop. This is the area that I look at the most. This is the most important area to me. This is the most important area to me. So whatever happens here, this is where I'm waiting for an ICT, especially this green candle. It can happen anywhere in this box, but this is the main place where I'm expecting it. So let's just see. Wait, what? You're joking. What, that's the manipulation? Is it really going to reverse from here? Wait, what happened on a previous day? First from here. Huh. Should I consider this or not? Did not expect a rejection this important. What time is it here? 7:35. Let me just retract back to see what the 15-minute looks like. So, the 15-minute is here. I think I'm going to wait it out. Yeah. No way. So we take out this low. We take out this low. We're going up. Where is 1 in the morning here? So the IB range is here. We sweep the highs of the IB range. Where is 7:30? This is 7:30. We manipulate in the lows. I'm going to take a buy from here. And I will stop it. Nah. I need to think about this. I need to think this through. Was this the manipulation? Was this the manipulation? That's the question. From an IB range perspective, it looks like we're going back to the, we're going back inside. Actually, I can verify that. So if I just drag from this to the session started here. Oh shit, we're going lower. All right, fair enough. So I'm waiting for my trade somewhere up here. Or 7:30. 7:30. The candle opened here, so I'm going to wait for my trade somewhere here. And I'm going to take this, and I'm aiming. I'm going to aim for these lows. I mean, that's the only place to aim, really. Or maybe down here. Depends on what my 2 standard deviation says. If my 2 standard deviations tell me to go lower, then I'll go. So let's test this. Yo. I'm gonna get stopped out. Wait, no way this was the test. These markets are not going to stop to surprise me, I guess. I was really expecting this area. This feels like the most significant area, but I guess this swing was the most important, and this was the 50%. Let me just, yeah, just about the 50%. That's very interesting. Okay. And now we are consolidating below previous day value area. Yeah. And below this value area as well. So we are reaching for this value area low. Because we have what? And we have an 80%er. So yeah, value area low. So that's my target. So let's see how that works. It looks like it's going to be a long trade. I'll be gutted if US stops me out. Well, it didn't. Look at that. Come on, mate. You're right next to it. Oh, man. Oh, man. This market is fun, bro. It is fun. And I get stopped out. Of course, I get stopped out. Alright. Interesting stuff. And I get stopped out. So it went up to where I was expecting. I don't need this date to be printed out. Okay. So, indeed, the Judas swing, the manipulation went on both sides on this one, which is very interesting still. What was the take profit here? 2 standard deviation. It was here. Alright. So why is it not pointing at the actual thing? Oh, fuck this. So the bias was bearish. We ended up being bullish because the manipulation of London happened to be towards the downside when I thought this was the manipulation, which proves ICT point when he says that he expects the manipulation to run for a good amount of time. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Guys, give me 1 second. I need to go pee. So I need to print out this example, this Judas swing. I thought the bullish move was the Judas swing, but it just so happened that the bearish move was the actual Judas swing. So that is very interesting. 730 was here. I mean, it's quite evident because 730 was not eaten out, hasn't been eaten out, has been, taken out. So should have expected that. Should have expected that. 730 hasn't been taken out, so that's why it happened here. It's pretty wild that the market got close to value area low and literally just flipped. It's like we're talking about what? 2 points? Talk about 4 points difference. Market literally flipped. It's crazy. But my 2 standard deviation would have been respected on a dot. Market completely flipped. So if I had to make sense of this day, market open, we were expecting to be bearish. That was the bias anyway. We were expecting the market to run all the way up to this area. So now this becomes an area for the next day, by the way, for me to watch for. So we expected the market to run to this level. The market stopped at this level, which really did not expect that. Stopped at this level, and in ICT's video, he says, well, actually, let me play that again because maybe I forgot something.
Your dollar. You want to see it trade below the Asian range low. If you were to trade just below that Asian range low as an entry and use a respectable amount of pips in terms of a stop, it might get you into a pretty good trade. Below this Asian range low to a certain short, we want to see a measure of move below the opening price. See, the actual drop below the opening price is a ICT Judas swing when the market's bullish. Otherwise, just any little movement below it, like this one here, this would not start an ICT Judas swing.
Okay.
The Judas swing is first it leads traders in on the wrong side, and then it tears lower, going
Classic.
below the Asian range low, and this whole move below the opening price.
This example actually completely reflects what I dealt with. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I took the trade the way I was supposed to, like in the direction of the Judas swing, like I want to because that's the London. But I guess I don't know why. I think on this trade I got lucky. Somehow I got lucky because my daily bias was bearish, but I guess my daily bias was wrong. Yeah, my daily bias was wrong because this is more of like a balanced day than anything else. No, sorry. My directional bias for the day was right, but my daily bias for the next days was wrong. So, and it was right as far as the London. So right now, I'm still bearish until we break this high anyway. So, and I feel like this is just a creation of a higher time frame base because this impulse was a higher time frame impulse anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, that's good. I thought I misunderstood something about this video, but I think I got it. 15536.7. That's the entry. 15536.7. Stop loss. Oh, 36. I'll put 26. 36.7. Stop loss is 15571.3. 15571.3. The lot size is going to be, what's the lot size here? 34.6, 7.23, 7.23. 250, that's nice. And the take profit was my 2 standard deviation. Well, it really wasn't. It was my value area low, but yep, I'm going to use 2 standard deviation because that's a strategy anyway. 2 standard deviation was 15,350.5. 15,350.5. 15,350.5. And it says I lost money. Why does it say that? Because I forgot to put the sell limit. And I was short. That's the first time I make 2 profits in a row. 14/01/2022. 15. 15. Nice. Bearish. I got triggered at 8:15. London. And trading view link. Copy link. All of this is due to swing, by the way. Due to swing. Just going to copy it all of them. Yeah. After what, 2 weeks? It's not 20 days just yet. I need to add. I need to do this 100 times to have a quality sample data. But for this tree, I'm just going to do it 20 times. I thought I could have done it quicker, but the time to take to do the analysis is pretty, yeah. Because I'm trying to do the analysis the same way I do like in reality on a live market. So, all right. Waiting for a sell at this area. I don't know what the market is going to try to achieve, but what is the daily like currently? What time is this? No, I don't want to see this. I don't want to take any risks. So let's say 9:45. Let's go on a daily. Okay, the daily is reaching this funny area right here. We have imbalance here that was not tested, and we have new imbalance here. So I think we are going to tap somewhere in this zone. Somewhere in this zone. I still believe that we are bearish. I think we're going to tap somewhere in this zone. It's going to be that zone is going to be the decision factor on whether or not we are bearish or bullish on this market. If I'm being honest, I don't remember. I vaguely remember that S&P started falling like crazy around this area, but I don't remember exactly where. Anyhow, that would be interesting to see. Okay, so let's play the next day. Bias is still bearish, expecting manipulation to the upside and then a drop. Simple as that. Yeah. Where's my 5 in the morning? So this is the end session or trading day, and this is my 5 in the morning. One second, guys. I need to roll up. Ugh. It helps me focus a little bit more. All right. So again, expecting a trade at this level. It's probably going to push higher, but this is the first level I'm looking at. This is the second level I'm looking at. And this would be the third level I'm looking at. Actually, I need to expand this all the way up here because there is an imbalance up here. I don't want to neglect it. So that's my heat map for the time being. I don't really look at that part too much. Can the market reach all the way up there? I mean, it could. Talking about NASDAQ, so let me check the daily again. I mean, yeah, we could reach further up there. I'll gauge my bias based on how on the Judah swing. That's what I'm going to do. So let's play it. Where is my Asia? Oh man, I swear to God, these indicators, man. One day they work, the next day they don't. Wait, can I use this? I can't even use this one. Never mind. I just need 5 in the morning anyway. As long as I have 5 in the morning, I can see it with my eyes. Okay, 5 in the morning here. Nice consolidation. High, low. Oh, it did tap in this area. I didn't even notice. I was playing it so fast. Okay, okay. So here's the part that I want to learn how to understand when it happens in the market. Here, the market opened tapping up here directly. So, I mean, if there is a Judah swing, like a London Judah swing to the upside, are we breaking this to go higher? Does this count or not? Anyway, just me thinking out loud. We have a nice ICT going on here. I would have been asleep, but if I was awake, I would have taken this trade 100%. All right, let's see where the manipulation goes. Okay, manipulating the downside, so it's going to flip back up in a minute. Hey yo, so at this point, as per ICT, I'm waiting for my trade right here. It's 6:30. Stop loss is here. If I get stopped out, well. But the thing is, where do I take my profit though? Because I don't know if the market is going to try to. Well, okay. At least one thing that I do know is that we are going to try to take the Asia range. Okay, where's my IB range here? All right, this is my IB range. Where's 2 in the morning? So this is 2 in the morning. We took the lows, so that means we're reaching at least for one standard deviation. very least. Sorry, let me just do that better. So 1 in the morning was here, no, it was here. So this is 2 in the morning. So this is the low, this is the high. Okay, I'm targeting one standard deviation. That's 1 to 3 anyway. Let's see. If I'm right, we should have a move. That would be the move to the upside if I'm right. So let's try it. Oh, it's gone without me again. I swear to God, this market, man. MDA. Okay, fair enough. Oh, all right. I was already sad. Okay, nice. What time is it? What time did I get triggered? 8. Where is 7:30? 7:30 is here. 7:30 opened. We manipulated the downside first, then we go back to the upside. Look, I just want one standard deviation now. That's all I'm asking for. There you go. That's all I wanted. Now let's see if the market takes out this level. I really want to know how to deal with days like these. Is it going to take it out? Wait, what? Oh, these markets, bro. I swear to God. Okay, let me just look at it again. We have a trade possibility down here. Okay, so the way I look at it, if we break this low, we are bearish. I mean, the bias is already bearish, but let's see. This is 240. That's 130. Manipulating the lows, okay? Seems like we're going higher. Went lower. Yeah, we bearish. We're bearish. Fortunately, I can't participate in this. S&P would have behaved differently. Maybe because I'm not used to the this asset rhythm. I'm so used to S&Ps. Like when I get onto a new asset, it becomes very challenging. I'm not used to Nasdaq rhythm. I don't understand this on Nasdaq. This is probably like the 3rd time this happens. I don't understand this. And I do see the ICT. I do see the imbalance, but I don't know. I'm just going to remember it, I guess. There could be a trade here. That's the next day directly? Okay, never mind. I don't need this data, so it's fine. It was more of like a balanced day from, you know, the closure of the previous day. It was more of like a balanced day. So really, the trade of the day was this one. It seems. I mean, you could have risked this, but I was not too confident with this one right here. So it's cool. Just need to record this. A 3rd win. I appreciate that. I'm starting to appreciate this London thing. 01 2022 16 16. But one thing that I'm realizing as I'm backtesting this is because I'm only trading London, there's something I'm realizing about myself at the same time. If I'm just patient enough and literally put my faith in risk management, only the sky's the limit. If I can only put all of my faith in risk management and be patient and time my trade properly, like this, dude, only the sky's the limit. So this is 15, 5, 29, 8. 15, 5, 29, 8. Because I'm so conservative, and I get the feeling, I don't know, I have this false impression that being conservative allows me to take more trades, and I have this weird thing in my brain that thinks that taking more trades, you know, gives me more chances to be in profit. But this one trade a day back test, you know, London session only, kind of says otherwise. That's not it. Kind of says otherwise, so it's definitely something that's worth exploring. 15636, 15636.3. No, point 0. 16636.0. Is it 3631.0? And the stop loss. Ugh, something is wrong again. What have I done wrong? Fifteen five 15551.4. Okay. All the way. Oh, it's 15. I said 16. Okay. There you go. And the lot size here is 29.6. 21.6. 11.54, 57, 11.57. Close price 15631.0. 15631.0. Oh, it was already 900. Okay, fair enough. This was not a short, this was a long. This was a bullish move. No, the bias was bearish, sorry. Bias was bearish, but the side was long. And this was a buy limit. Yeah. The swing. I got triggered at 8:10. During London. Is it okay for me to assume that all these losses, despite me struggling with, coming from me struggling with trading view, can we count these losses as like seasonal tendencies? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. This was the 15th, right? Oh, it's the 17th. Okay. All right. On the next day, we definitely bearish at this point. I don't see the market, going back, going back to the upside. It really wouldn't make sense. Let me just delineate my. Oh my! What? Why is the? Wait. Why does the day end at 5 p.m. here? What's the deal? So apparently the day ends somewhere here. I'm not going to dispute it. I don't have time for that. So where's my daily? So this is my daily. Tapped clean into this area. So really, I don't know what can happen for the next day. Probably bearish, but we do have a swing here. The bias is still bearish. The bias is still bearish. My bias is still bearish. I still believe this is just the base. So my bias is still bearish, but is the direction of my trade going to be bearish as well during London? We left this tiny thing up here. Let me check the 4 hour. This is what the 4 hour looks like. Okay, I'm going to side with bearish. Yeah, directional bias bearish, at least up until this point. At the very least. At the very least. Up until this point. If I can get a trade up until this point, I should be fine. Which is probably not going to be that easy, but it's funny enough, there's an imbalance down here as well. Yeah, let's see. Delineate my 5 in the morning. Okay, I'm not sure what my bias is just yet. This is the type of days where I just put my levels up and gauge the direction and scalp it. But because we're trading the Judas swing, I guess my hypothesis can go both ways really. If we go down, I expect a move to the upside. If we go up, I expect a move to the downside. There's something important as well that ICT said. It's not going to happen every single day, so this might be the day where I take a loss. There you go. There you go. Damn. 5 in the morning. Now this is the part where I'm going to need my volume profile. So we have this entire area here. And we have this POC. So I would take a trade at this point. If I see an ICT here, I'll take a trade to the downside, right here. If I see an ICT signature here, I take a trade to the downside. We just completely violated the POC, and now we are resting literally no man's land at this point. Made double bottom. So let's see how 5 in the morning conduct itself. Also, one thing that I noticed on indices is that this this Judah swing is being taught on forex now. Until ICT explains it himself, I think on indices it's okay if the manipulation stops around the 50%. Because when the IB, I said that when the Asia session is this large, can't really expect a complete U-turn. So we're talking about how many points here. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying about 200 points to the downside. I mean, hey, whatever. So far, I have this area and this value area low. So one of the two should give me a trade. One of these two areas should give me a trade. So let's see. 5 in the morning, we're trading down. We're trading up. Can't see anything for the time being. This is 7:30. Trading down still. Yeah, I had no position here. Absolutely none. Going straight to these lows. We did consolidate below value area low here though. Did not pay attention to that. Yeah, it's gone. Seems like it's a no trade day. Took out these lows. Still struggling around this area. We have a single print here. This is a hard one. Is it fair to say to wait for a trade here because it looks like a completely trendy. Completely crossed the line that I was looking for. Nope, continued down. So we're reaching this green level down here. Yeah, this is a done day for me. No trade from me on this day. Alright, just for practice purposes, how is US going to behave? Push to the upside, to be expected. And drop. So this was the trade right there. Yeah. Let me just put my 9:45 here. So this was a no trade for me. It's completely a trend day from Asia session. I think this is the day I was referring to when I was talking about ES earlier. I think this is it. So market came back and tapped into this. Yeah. All right. So let's see what the daily looks like because the day is finished now. There's nothing. Like the only place where a trade could have been valuable is here, but I wouldn't have taken this. I wouldn't have taken this anyway. I mean, I know it's ICT. I mean, from this point here, you could have been on a trade from an ICT perspective from this point, but I can't. I don't have the luxury to go low or so low on the time frame. But I do appreciate that the market attempted to get back into this value area low and it got completely rejected. So yeah, on a live market, I would have probably attempted to protect these lows, this value area low right there. But right now on backtest, I did not pay attention to that. It's funny how this daily line or this 4 hour line matches up with the value area low as well. But yeah, if you were trading the US session, this would have been the trade. Where is 130? 130 is here. We manipulated the lows, we went high, and then we dropped. Yep, that's cool. That's cool. All right. So what's the daily saying? Boom. Fire. Absolute fire. Now let's wait to see what happens here. Now I know that we are taking out these lows if I believe well. Wait, let me just check. It's reaching the VWAP low down here. Right, is this the weekly or the monthly? It's the 1 month. So you're reaching for the VWAP, the monthly VWAP low down here, from which we could see a heavy reaction from. Let me just mark it. Monthly VWAP. So we'll just wait there. Nice imbalance. So let's wait and see what the market. So right now the thing is bearish. So again, I'm waiting for a manipulation to the upside and then a drop if the market wants to give it to me. So on a 1 hour, let's identify some levels that's going to allow us to join the fun. Now the market can literally open and just keep trading to the downside, that's for sure. But I'm just going to put a line here and a line here. This is an important value area low. Value area low. So I'm just going to put hold value area low. Hold value area low. Okay. So just turn these off. It's looking quite busy now. I don't need this anymore. Alright, so I don't really see, I see impulse, base impulse. So I think the market may open, run down, and then come back later, and then drop. Because we have let's see how Asia behaves first. From an ICT perspective, you had this drop. We should be continuing lower. We do have this area. There's a potential test area. If I look at it on the 15-minute, what does it look like? Yep. So this area right here is a potential testing area. There's nothing here. We have this right here where the market can return to, but that would be kind of crazy if I'm being honest. Right? It's the market. Anything can happen. So let's see what the Asian session gives us. What did I say? Let me just put my 5 in the morning on a chart. this could have been a trade if I was trading Asia right after 2. Boom. But I don't, so okay, here's 5 in the morning. I expect the manipulation to the upside, yes, at least to this point, and a drop. So if you can give me an ICT somewhere down here, I'm going to take my trade all the way up to this spot. This is 8, yeah, missed this day. You went straight up. Okay, interesting. What did we tap into? If I go on the 4 hour. We tapped into this as expected. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Wait, did we take out the equal lows? Yes, we did. Came back into this range, so we're pushing higher. But that's a manipulation to the bullish side. So at this point, isn't it fair to wait for an ICT to the upside? Because I missed the Judas swing, that's for sure. Because this is the Judas swing in play right now. So I missed it. So now we're continuing up. Somewhere up here, I'm waiting for an ICT. Probably right there. I'm waiting for a second push. It's 12. There's a trade here to go up. Not too confident to take it, but there's a trade here to go up. Up, I believe, I think. Yep. Yep. So now we are sitting at the old value low. We are reaching for the POC. Interesting. If I do get an ICT here, I take the trade to the downside. Boom. Okay. I'll attempt to take a trade here just for practice purposes because this doesn't. Oh, 130. Nah, not yet. There you go. Now, if we take out these lows, I can take the trade. Didn't. So this is a forever bullish day. No, not yet. Let me check the 3 minute. Not yet. Where's 130? 130 is here. We manipulated the upside. Can't wait for a trade here. If I get tapped in, that'll be cool for practice purposes. Let's see what we get. 60, even though that's a huge, huge, huge stop loss. But I'm targeting these lows. So let's see what we get. Alright, now I'm going to target this low. Just to see. So it's going to come back to this value area low to test it and drop. Now we can drop. Now we dropped. Yeah. Okay. For practice purposes, I understand a little bit more the London-US relationship. I mean, I knew the Asia-US relationship, but I never really understood the London-US relationship. But it makes more sense now. It makes much more sense. So wait, if I had to plot my two standard deviation at this point, it says we are reaching this low. So if I'm targeting the monthly VWAP, what is it going to look like? That's the end of the day already. Yeah. The only question that I'm wondering now is, would would I be able to take this trade in real life? The answer is probably no. Maybe on a lower time frame I get a better signal, but here, nah, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. That's why earlier I was asking for 730, but 730 did not give me something that I like. Like it did give me the displacement, but if the market were to come back somewhere here, I would have been in the trade. I would have taken this trade to the upside, but it is what it is. Anyway, I learned what I wanted to learn. It's possible. You do take a lot of L's though, trying to trade this way, but risk management propels you easily. Like the winning rate here so far as well. Let me just check this out. Calculator. So we have how many trades? 16 trades divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 divided by 16. Like 48 probably. 43, 43%. Not the best, but not the worst either. Barely mediocre. Or average. I guess that's the right word. Like it's really doable. I know a 16-day period it's not enough, but for a first time test it seems to be to hold true so far. Anyway, I'm going to stop this shit here. I'm getting tired now. So, and this was the final. I hope this helps someone out there because this definitely helped me. I learned a lot. I need to write down all these results and see how I can use it on the live market by what, Tuesday? Because tomorrow is bank holiday, isn't it? By Tuesday, yeah. Anyway,